Hello there, good evening and welcome to the evening news on Adoatv, coming to you live from our studios on the John Evans at Mills High Street in Accra. The news is brought to you by Azatec Roofing Sheet and Cookware, Blue City Ties and Accessories, and Vena Mineral Water. Remember, you can also watch us live on Facebook at Adoatv Ghana. My name is Benedicta Dodo. In our headlines for tonight's bulletin, Honorable Kwame Agboja has come hard at the Greater Accra Regional Minister, Honorable Henry Quartey, over what he described as the ban on tricycles on major highways. According to him, this move is unconstitutional. Member of Parliament for Medina, Honorable Xavier Sassu, has petitioned the Right Honorable Speaker Al Bagbin to cite some police officers before the Privileges Committee over what exactly. We will bring you that shortly. And in business, poultry farmers are struggling to meet feed demand ahead of Christmas. And in sports, Star Times Ghana has promised to invest over $1 million into the production of the 2021-22 Ghana Premier League. We will bring in you details of these and more in this bulletin. Now, on to our first story. Member of Parliament for Medina constituency, Francis Xavier Sassu, today on the floor of Parliament has petitioned the Right Honourable Speaker Alban Bagbin over what he cites that ACP Isaac Kojo Asante Regional Operations Commander and ACP Eric Winfo, the Adenta Abokobi Divisional Commander of Police, should be brought to Parliament for contempt of Parliament. He demanded that the Right Honourable Speaker takes action with respect to Article 117 of the 1992 Constitution and Order 28 of the Standing Orders of Parliament, as well as the matter being referred to the Privileges Committee of Parliament.
His recent action follows an attempted arrest against him by ACP Isaac Kojo Asante, Regional Operations Commander, and ACP Eric Winfo of the Adenta Abokobi Divisional Commander of Police when he embarked on a protest that had been approved by the police with his constituent over bad roads on Monday, October 25. According to the legislator, prior to the protest, he received news that some protesters had blocked roads and were burning ties. Thus, the need to rush to the scene and escalate the issue before matters get worse. But after restoring calm, the police, he said, tried to forcefully take him to the station for questioning without relaying the motive, and also failed to acknowledge him as a sitting member of Parliament who had a parliamentary call to attend and could not be apprehended until the Speaker of Parliament is contacted.
Honourable Speaker, at the end of the demonstration, whilst addressing the people, I had noticed that I was wanted at the Regional Police Command. Mr. Speaker, I inquired that I was supposed to come to Parliament to ranking members and deputy ranking members meeting at 11. So even though the demonstration was scheduled to end at 11, we hurried and made sure that we ended by 10 a.m. so I can come to Parliament. So I made this known to the police and asked that if it is just an invitation to do a post-mortem of the demonstration, they should allow me to come to Parliament. After Parliament, I can always come there, or the following day I would come. Mr. Speaker, they insisted that they were not going to allow me to go. So I inquired, are you putting me under arrest? If you are putting me under arrest, then you need to tell me the reasons for the arrest and read out my rights to me. And knowing that I'm a sitting member of Parliament on parliamentary duties, you would have to write to the Right Honourable Speaker before I can respond to any criminal complaint that you may want to bring. Mr. Speaker, after this conversation, I went on to speak to the rest of the media men and made it very clear that the invitation that I had been given, I declined the invitation and that they know what they should do appropriately by writing to the Speaker.
This gross disrespect and manhandle for the Medina legislator amounts to an act intended to impede and obstruct the legitimate discharge of his duties as a Member of Parliament, and the said act is an affront to the Parliament of the Republic of Ghana.
Mr. Speaker, right after my interview, the police officers under the command of the said ACP Isaac Kojo Asante, the Regional Operations Commander, and Eric Winfo, the Divisional Commander of Adenta Abokobi, led their boys to manhandle me, their men to manhandle me and virtually held me and humiliated me right in the presence of my constituents with whom we were demanding for better roads. Honorable Speaker, but for the fact that the youth ganged up to rescue me from the hands of the police, they would have just bundled me like a common criminal into their standing vehicle. And Mr. Speaker, when the youth eventually supported me and got me into my vehicle, Mr. Speaker, the said police officers stood in front of my vehicle and continued to bang my vehicle and refused that they were not going to allow me to leave the venue of the demonstration until I mustered courage and sped off the area. Mr. I believe that the conduct of the said two officers are clear. They are clearly in contempt of the work that I do as a Member of Parliament and in contempt of this Parliament.
He therefore petitioned the Right Honourable Speaker to refer the matter to its Privileges Committee.
Served me with a letter dated 14th October 2021, in which the police itself prescribed the date for the demonstration, which was 25th October 2021. And it was this day that we embarked on this demonstration, which, in my estimation, did not record any casualty and was one of the most peaceful demonstrations, except that the people were out there venting their anger. At the end of the day, we were able to control that. Under those circumstances, I didn't see the reason why, as a sitting Member of Parliament of this August House, the police would manhandle me in that manner. To the extent that, Mr. Speaker, when I left, there were inters all over that the police had sent people to my house, to my area, and I could not even stay in my own house for the last 48 hours. Mr. Speaker, based on these matters, I wish that Mr. Speaker would exercise your powers under Order 31 of the Standing Orders of Parliament to refer this matter to the Privileges Committee for further investigation. I respectfully submit to you.
The Right Honourable Speaker hence accordingly referred the matter to its Privileges Committee to investigate the complaints and submit a report back to the House.
In the circumstances, I can only, under Order 31, direct that the matter be referred to the Committee of Privileges. The committee will investigate the complaint and will submit a report to the House for the full consideration of the matter.
Now, the minorities representative who serves as the ranking member of Parliament's Roads and Transport Committee governs Kwame Agboja described what he calls unconstitutional attempts by the Greater Accra Regional Minister, Henry Quartey, to ban the use of tricycles on the highways. According to him, the regional minister is overstepping his authority under his watch, since there is no law in this country that gives power to regional ministers to determine which vehicles ply which roads. However, the ranking member noted that if the minister wants to truly ban bicycles or tricycles on highways, he should use the appropriate measures to get a law passed.
This comes after the ban on tricycles, widely known as Aboboya, on Accra's highways was announced to take effect from November 1, 2021. The Greater Accra Regional Minister Henry Korte, who put out the information, said the major place of concern for the exercise is the Tema motorway, of which this action to rid tricycle operators from the highways forms part of the Let's Make Accra Work agenda. However, speaking to the Parliamentary Press Corps Minorities Representative, who serves as the ranking member on Parliament's Roads and Transport Committee, Kwame Agboja, there are no laws in the country that support the move, adding that it is within the purview of the National Road Safety Authority and the Ministry of Transport.
So if the minister says somewhere next year they are going to stop them, let him be aware he is overstepping the authority under his watch. There's no law in this country that gives power to a regional minister to determine which vehicles drive on which roads. That is within the purview of the National Road Safety Authority and the Ministry of Road and Transport. The only way you should believe what the regional minister is saying is if he can quote a law that backs it. District assemblies and regional coordinating councils can't make a law and say vehicles cannot drive on a particular road. Indeed, I would have expected that we could even have a cycle lane along the motorway. So somebody who lives in Tema, who likes biking, can ride the motorbike or bicycle from Tema to Accra. We don't have that one now. That is what we need to be looking at the moment. So for the regional minister to say that they are going to ban the use of tricycles, I tell him, whilst you have a reason, you are just like treating malaria with paracetamol. The real cause is that the person has got malaria in his body, and painkillers don't cure, malaria. You need to treat malaria itself, then the pain will go.
He added that these tricycles, especially the ones that ply the Tema motorway, carry refuse from households to Tema, where there are recycling plants, since there are hardly any other part of the city.
It is annoying and dangerous when you see Aboboya loaded with refuse on the motorway heading towards Boom, the treatment plant. It is dangerous, we all see it. But the solution is not to say you ban them. If you ban them, the question I ask you is, when they collect the refuse from, Dansoman or Osu, how would the refuse get to the treatment plant at a recycling plant at Boom? Can anybody suggest to me how they are supposed to carry it? Can the regional minister suggest the way by which the refuse that we collect around Accra will end up at the treatment plant without using the motorway? Or is he going to build new or a dedicated motorway for them or road for them?
Mr. Agboja noted that if the minister wants to truly ban tricycles on highways, he should use the appropriate measures to get a law passed. He stated that the regional minister is not only trying to take the job of the MTTD and others, but he is also taking on responsibilities he cannot back with any law.
Currently, there's no law in this country that gives the regional minister that right to say that they are going to ban Aboboya on using the motorways. There's no law in this country. The only reason you can stop any road user, including pedestrians, cyclists, and drivers, are when they fail to show that their vehicles are registered, or they have the proper roadworthiness certificate, or they are driving unsafely on the road. Beyond that, there's no law in this country that stops anybody from using the road. So is a regional minister trying to suggest that he's taking the job of the MTTD and others? No. We all want to help him do his job. But it appears he's taking on responsibilities which he cannot back with any law in this country. And we are cautioning him. If they want to make changes to this, they should liaise with the Ministry of Road and Transport through the appropriate agencies for them to bring the appropriate laws to this House to be passed.
Member of Parliament for Ningo Pram Pram and one of the far-flung individuals pushing the passage of the anti-LGBTQ plus bill into law, Sam Nate George, has once again vehemently shielded his stance on the international front in a phone interview with BBC. It will be recalled that Sam George, in a similar interview on CNN, took the world by surprise as he explained why the proper human rights and Ghanaian family bill needed to be passed.
Not too long ago, Member of Parliament for Ningo Pram Pram, Sam Nate George, made international headlines when he conducted an interview virtually with a CNN anchor on the issue of the passage of the anti-LGBTQI+ bill. Many people were of the opinion that the legislator had the last laugh in the interview.
I would advise that you improve a job at what you're doing. Okay, if you want to put a spin on a bill, right? This is my bill that I've passed before Parliament. I'm going to read to you Section 6.3 of the bill, or Clause 6.3 of the bill, or 6.2 of the bill. A person who commits an offence under paragraphs A, B, C, D, E, F, G of subsection 1, which is the section that lists all the offences, commits a second-degree felony and is liable on summary conviction to a fine of not less than 750 penalty units and not more than 5,000 penalty units, or to a term of imprisonment not less than 3 years or not more than 5 years, or both. So when you talk about 10 years imprisonment for persons engaged in homosexual activities, you are misleading the world, and that's unfortunate.
All right, so you think, okay, 10 years is too much, but 5 years is perfectly fine for somebody who's gay in Ghana to go to jail.
Well, that is the punishment for a second-degree felony in Ghana. And the activity of homosexuality is a second-degree felony.
Honorable George, are you just a hateful person who does not want people who are different from you to have a life in Ghana?
That is a defeatist approach to ask me a question, a defeatist line of questioning, that I'm a hateful person. If I'm a hateful person, we will not be protecting the rights of persons with LGBTQ and saying that you should not, they have a right. They have a right to a fair trial before competent court of jurisdiction. Section 22 of our bill prohibits extrajudicial treatment, and you're not highlighting that part. That part is the prohibition of extrajudicial treatment. A person commits a misdemeanor if that person verbally or physically abuses, assaults, or harasses a person A, accused of an offense under this act, or suffering from any gender or sexual identity. A person who commits a misdemeanor under Section 1 is liable to a fine of not less than 500 penalty unit, or not more than 1,000 penalty unit, or a term of imprisonment not less than 6 months and more than 3 years.
So you're cherry-picking what seems like a positive angle of a larger bill that would make it difficult. Honorable George, let me ask a question here. You're cherry-picking a part of the bill that, a much wider bill that would make it difficult for people who are LGBTQ in Ghana to live. What would you do, sir, if your son or daughter was gay?
Well, thankfully, I have 2 sons and a daughter, and none of them is gay.
Sam George once again has made headlines as he has successfully defended his stance on the proper human rights and Ghanaian family bill on BBC.
In fact, the Ghanaian government has had the occasion to say to the homosexual cabal, if you want to have a vote on this, table it before the UN General Assembly and let us have a vote on it. And then we will be guided by it. But to come in through the window and say that the UN has banned a conversion therapy, nowhere in our bill does the bill talk about conversion therapy.
Okay, is the Pope wrong then? The Pope Francis said last year that he thinks same-sex couples should be allowed to have civil unions. He said homosexual people have the right to be in a family. They are children of God and have the right to a family. The head of one of the largest Christian faiths in the world. Is he wrong?
Well, the Pope has expressed his opinion. The Catholic Church has not taken a definitive decision on that. And let me give you a typical example. The Methodist Church in the UK has said that they're going to allow for gay marriages and all. The Methodist Church of Ghana has disassociated itself with that decision. We are not under that. We're not going to be bound by the decision of that church. This bill is supported by the Catholic Bishops' Conference.
The Bible, Genesis 1:27 says God created man in his own image. In the image God, he created him, male and female. He created them. If he created man and woman in his own image, then he created homosexuals, bisexuals and transgender people too, didn't he?
Well, Claire, my bill is not a religious bill. It is a bill on cultural values. But if you want to go into the Bible, I'll grant you that. Bible says God created Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. He says, for this reason, a man shall leave his mother and father and cling to his wife. It doesn't say cling to another man. And so if you want to read the Bible, don't read just one part of it. we can read the Bible and go explicitly. Again, the same Bible tells us that God destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah because of homosexuality. So when you want to quote the Bible to support homosexuality, let's be very clear.
Well, I'm not doing that. I'm merely testing your arguments out, as millions of people listening to this around the world would do in my position too. That's my job as a journalist. But we thank you. We thank you very much for joining us on Newsday. Samuel Nati George, Member of Parliament in Ghana, one of the main sponsors of
The 6-year sentence of 29-year-old Joanna Kra for faking a kidnap in Takoradi has been described by some people as insensitive, as she pleaded guilty on first trial. Now, the question of what the court has for Shatawale and some 4 others who were arrested for various reasons is unclear. The next report has more.
After Takoradi Circuit Court A sentenced 29-year-old Joanna Kra to 6 years imprisonment over faking a kidnap, some Ghanaians have expressed worry. Others have opined that the court could have been a bit lenient with Joanna as she admitted to the crime at her first trial. Others thought the judge could have considered all of these factors since Joanna had saved them the back and forth. But it wasn't so. She has been sentenced to 6 years imprisonment.
Since she pleaded guilty, she didn't waste the time of the court. She didn't try to argue and give reasons why she did that and all that, but she just pleaded guilty at the first trial. And so I believe that the judge could have exercised some restraint, could have tempered justice with mercy, and then maybe given her a minimal sentence. But 6 years is on high side for me, and then, but I can't question the judge. I mean, that's the maximum sentence for somebody who commits such an offense.
One thing is, cases, though they look similar, but I think they are different. Yeah, and on the other side, so leading the issue, what I expected, the Omodia man is too harsh for, that punishment is too harsh. 6 years, but I think it's somehow different from Tawali's issue.
Again, this have sparked some questions. Personally, my question has been, what is the fate of people like Ikapim Polo? She was trialed and sentenced to prison. After an appeal, she was back. But she's yet to reappear before court again in December. We have a similar issue with Shatawale, who is yet to receive his trial after his 100,000 Ghana cedis bill. Well, it's the same with Medical and the 3 others. The question has been, if one person has been trialed, someone who said was innocent, has been imprisoned for 6 years, then what is the fate of Shatawale? Will he be charged for 6 years? If he is charged for 6 years, how will the reactions of Ghanaians be like? What will be of the family, the SM family? I took some reactions from people. Let's take a look at that.
On the judge to temper justice with mercy, and then Shatawale is the face of our entertainment industry. If he is sent to prison even for 6 months, it's going to affect the industry a lot. I'm not saying he has done the wrong thing and so he should be allowed to, he should be freed, and then somebody else was jailed and then he should be free. But then I think, yes, even though there is a similarity, but Shatawale did that for a purpose and then he turned himself into the police.
I think it. No. Because also on the industry, on the other side, no here for showbiz. Or here for showbiz. Though I'm working out good, but punishment is not the man in the year. My 6 years is too much for Shatawale.
So the Omunina yenye because who kromna who ya there scale ubia or kromna enye because even Ghana will cry yes the thing is what ain't one show a bay. Now sack a name no touching no back at baby. I look at 2 about man no it be fine. Like I need sana me pa because he Jesus bank papani. Call people intention about you. Do another thing, but not killing or somebody put on gun on me is not good. So they have to stop that things. So benani salo mlani sa sana kama cho mlano next time ko ni mo ko wan ka fe na kan ko don mo no ni nyama wie neta.
Others say Shatawale did what he did for a cause, to get rid of prophecies of doom and also for show business.
Yes, Shatawale's case is also on false publication, and so it's also a misdemeanor. But the issue here is that Shatawale did that for a cause, for a purpose, which I believe has been achieved, because yesterday or 3 days ago, the police department had a meeting with the religious groups across the country to address this issue about prophets and pastors always prophesying doom. They don't prophesy anything good or better about the country. Tomorrow it is this person who die, tomorrow it is that person who die. I mean, how do you prophesy that somebody is going to die on a specific day? And the prophet was very emphatic that on the 18th of October, Shatawale was going to be shot dead.
I think Shatawale from Onwane West, no time I'll call inside, no, or can be say, also the way deterrent to the others. Say, maybe our own prophecy, you should be, you know, I don't know, you should make a stand firm, say, be already a finyakopon, and I will work out. Yeah, into Amazon prophecies, you know, as of for baby, should say. Or modest any other EBR for fame, because it be more here to just to catch a clout keke.
Reporting for Adoa News, my name is Wilson Emmanuel, Accra.
Meanwhile, Tamale, the northern regional capital, is set to witness northern and western regions' maiden marathon sporting activities at the Aliyu Mahama Sports Stadium. The event is being organized by the Total Marketing and Tours Limited and partners with support from the Western Region Coordinating Council and the Northern Regional Coordinating Council, respectively. It's scheduled on 6th November 2021. Nuruddin Ibrahim has the rest of the story.
Charles Kobina, the public relations officer of the Western Region Coordinating Council, who happens to be the initiator of the Tamale Marathon briefing journalist in Tamale, said the event is going to be an annual activity to help promote and discover the resources, culture, talent, and potentials of the North and Western regions. He urged sporting clubs, keep fit clubs, corporate bodies, and the youth to make the upcoming event the biggest sporting activity in the northern region. According to him, eminent persons in the region, including the regional minister and others, have assured their participation in the event.
First entry activity called the Tamale Marathon will be happening on the 6th of November 2021. It starts on the Yendi Road, 21 kilometers to the Aliyu Mahama Sports Stadium. And so we are entreating all sports clubs, all keep fit clubs, all young people, all corporate bodies, all dignitaries to make this one the biggest ever sporting event in the northern region, because it has come to stay. It is an annual event, and this will be the first one. I'm grateful to the northern region for endorsing it and telling us that he's going to grace the occasion. The fact will be there, and then all the MPs, my friend Muntala, Haruna Idrisu, ABA Fuseni, they will all be there. It's the marathon. All right. So the marathon is the main activity for the day, but there's going to be an after party where there will be networking of people, of business people, dignitaries, and then we will use the occasion also to launch what we call the Western Region Sekendi Takrady and the Northern Region Tamale Twin City Partnership. We want to do something unique and different in this country. We believe that the potential of the Western region, the potential of the Tamale Northern region, and all the 5 northern regions is great for a new thinking and a new awakening of a paradigm. Why are we looking for sister cities with Plymouth, Boston, and London when there are beautiful cities like Bolga, Tamale, Takwa, and all that one? It is time to look for beautiful things within our country. So Western region is a bastion of wealth. There's a lot of things over there: agricultural projects, oil, mining, education, culture, festivals. Region. You have many things. I think that when we come together, we can put ourselves together, and the young people will know that manufacturing can go on. Why can't we have manufacturing companies in food and agriculture over here? And then why can't our young people come to realize that in the South, there are the technical university called TTU, and there's also Tamale University over here. One is technical, one is social, and so there's a lot. And then you see just the common lifestyles. You know, I told you I brought my daughter, and when the funeral grounds, she said the beauty of the differences of this country. Ghana is a great country. People, we have diverse talents and projects and ideas and cultures, and all these ones, when we put them together, makes Ghana a great nation. We want them to know that they can do business in Western region.
Invited guests expected to grace the occasion are the Vice President, Dr. Alhaji Muhammad Balmia, Minister of Youth and Sports, Honorable Mustafa Yusuf, Minister of Tourism, Honorable Mohammed Awal, and the Northern Regional Minister, Alhaji Sheini Al-Hassan Shaibu.
Watching the evening news on Adoatv. We'll be right back. Do stay with us.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with Rwandair today. Rwandair, the safest airline in Africa.
Rwandair, fly the dream of Africa.
CB will make up now. I'm not correct. What's your best, Mankasa? That's it. Oh, middle. You captures about one CB men capsules. You see, CB men capsules and I make a year.
Yeah, you see men and women's capsules now. You knew that. And one year packaging I am the
wow! What a packaging! CB men, any CB women capsules, no packaging is out. And you also no mood any bias and walk on the piggy.
Share a painful, any about town man for any quadra won't give you and come home.
Susanna, Ghana man, Tamasi.
Adoa 0247 111671 and 0246 57.
Thanks for staying with us. Moving on to some business updates now. Data from the Bank of Ghana has revealed that the top 10 non-traditional commodities exported during the second quarter of 2021 saw a 15% increase in value. According to the Bank of Ghana's second quarterly bulletin, the change in the value amounts to $316.53 million compared to the $273.44 million recorded for the same period in 2020.
Data from the Bank of Ghana has revealed that the top 10 non-traditional commodities exported during the second quarter of 2021 saw a 15% increase in value. According to the Bank of Ghana's second quarterly bulletin, the change in value amounts to $316.53 million, which is also compared to $273.44 million recorded for the same period in 2021. The top 10 non-traditional items exported In the review period were cashew nuts, prepared or preserved tuna, palm oil and its fractions, aluminiums, among others. Cashew nuts, which topped the list, accounted for 116.17 million United States dollars, representing a 36.70% of total export of non-traditional export products. Palm oil and its fractions, prepared or preserved tuna, recorded 46.18 million United States dollars and 25.65 million United States dollars respectively. This represents 14.59% and 8.10% respectively of the non-traditional export market. Aluminium saw a whopping 144% increase, moving from 9.46 million United States dollars in the second quarter of last year to 23.14 million United States dollars in the same period this year. Meanwhile, the value mechanized export for quarter 2 of this year saw previously estimated 3,641.28 million United States dollars, indicating an increase of 125.31 million United States dollars or 3.6% compared to 3,505.97 million United States dollars recorded in the same period in 2020. On the other hand, the total value of mechanized imports for the period under review amounted to 3,426.39 million United States dollars, which is up by 2.3% compared to 3,349.56 million United States dollars recorded last year. The rise was driven by increased demand for oil imports.
Now, ahead of the Christmas season, the Greater Accra Poultry Farmers Association of Ghana says it has still not been able to meet the demand of feed needed for birds by its members and other poultry farmers in the country. In July this year, 5 out of the 55 feed mills in the country had to shut down due to a lack of raw materials needed to make feed for the birds. According to the association, the current demand for feed is 4 times higher than what they are supplying. But the association is putting in place measures to acquire some machinery that will help them scale up production to meet the demand for feed ahead of the Yuletide. And that is it for business. We'll be right back with sports.
Ago, good people of Ghana. Here are some safety measures on prevention of coronavirus. 1. Cover your mouth with tissue when you cough or sneeze. Dispose of tissue into a bin immediately you cough into it and wash your hands with soap under running water. Avoid shaking hands and use sanitizers as often as you can. Signs and symptoms of coronavirus include fever, cough, sneezing, and difficulty in breathing. Should you experience any of these, or for more inquiries, please contact 0558 439 868. That's 0558 439 868. Or call 0509 497 700. That's 0509 497 700.
Remember to always wash your hands with soap and running water.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, the Ghana Health Service, and partners.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240 926 564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emils Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Moving on to sports now, Star Times Ghana is set to invest over $1 million into the production of matches of the 2021-2022 Ghana Premier League season. Star Times, with its mother company in Asia, has been a partner of the Ghana Football Association in the last few years.
During the 2020-2021 football season, Star Times Ghana was the official broadcast rights holders of the Ghana Premier League. The 2021-2022 football season, where the same outfits will be in charge of televising matches of the Ghana Premier League, Star Times Ghana has promised fans for a better coverage of games. According to Akofa Banson, who is the marketing manager of Star Times Ghana, they will invest over $1 million in the production of the matches and will also extend the coverage of the league to other regions.
Thank you very much. Yes, we are extending our coverage to all angles of Ghana. We will be at every match venue for this season. To prove that match day one, we have Real Tamale United versus Olympics live on your screens. We're shooting live, covering, producing, and broadcasting the game live from Tamale on your screens. So be rest assured that viewers will be able to watch their clubs from their local environments on television. Well, I may not be able to give you the details as in the exact amounts right now. I'll have to check with my production team. But what I can tell you is that for this season, we're putting in as much as $1 million for production and promotion of the games. Production per game comes with producing on the venue as with cameras, the production crew, and so on and so many things goes into that. And then it also comes to, when you come to the broadcast, there's satellite link, charges, uplink, data, bandwidth, a whole lot of things that goes into that. So this season we're putting in $1 million to make that happen.
For the Women's League, the winner will be rewarded with 50,000 Ghana cedis and 40 gold medals, while the runner-up receives 30,000 Ghana cedis and 40 silver medals. Each of the 20 participating clubs will receive jersey team bags, movable mini goal posts, soccer balls, ball bags, combs, and shin guards. Speaking to Madam Rosalind Amu, Vice Chairperson for the Women's Premier League, she said, "These items will help improve the Women's League, churn out talent, and bring the best out of players."
Well, I think that every season we look forward to improving and making the competition better. So definitely this is going to motivate our teams and clubs to give up their best, because I mean, after all, receiving all these, if you don't give good accounts of yourself, then it means that, I mean, we may not be able to attract more people to come and support us. Besides, there are 10 teams, and at the end of the season, 2 teams will be relegated. So I'm sure it is going to be a very tough fight, as everybody would want to stay on in the Premier League to be able to enjoy the goodies. More excitement. Last year was fire, but I think this time it will be more excitement, because don't forget, last season there was no relegation. So people were able to relax. This season, 2 teams will be relegated in each of the zones. Who would allow the club to go on relegation? Because when you go, you are not guaranteed that the next season you can immediately qualify back. And so this is where the excitement will be generated, because everybody will play their hearts out to ensure that they get the necessary points needed to remain in the Premier League.
The 2021-2022 Ghana Premier League is set to kick off on Friday, October 29, 2021, with newly promoted side Accra Lions set to square off with the Omina Sharks in the season's opening blockbuster at the Accra Sports Stadium.
This season's league will also receive a major boost in the area of television coverage as over 150 live games will be broadcasted across the globe.
Now, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, on behalf of the people of Ghana, received the baton of Birmingham 2022 Commonwealth Games, which arrived in the country on Tuesday and is expected to spend 3 days in the country. The Games baton, which will travel to all the 72 member states of the Commonwealth, symbolizes the link between English-speaking countries and territories, and also begin preparation of various athletes to participate in the 2022 Games.
Dear Excellency, Excellency, on behalf of the head of the Commonwealth Games, as well as all the Commonwealth fraternity, this message is coming from the Queen and the head of Commonwealth. It's a message that unites the whole of the Commonwealth, and it's come here to begin its run within our country. And as tradition demands, being the first gentleman of the land, Your Excellency, you will be the first person to take the Queen's message for it to begin its run within Ghana. Thank you, Excellency.
That's a move.
Thank you very much.
That is it for sports. Entertainment follow shortly.
Wow, October is here already, and it's time for the world to go pink and pay attention to the chest of a woman. My name is Rebecca Donko, the founder of Makeup Ghana and the president of College of Beauty, Art and Entrepreneurship. And I'm excited about being the campaign ambassador for this year's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, an initiative by Sonotech Medical Center. And I consider this initiative a very important CSR, and I'm glad to be associated with an intervention which seeks to give hope and save lives. Awareness surrounding breast cancer is very important as it provides information on early detection and management. And these timely information can save lives. Know that breast cancer is treatable and manageable. So the whole of October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Get screened at any of the 3 branches of Sonotech Medical Center, either the Osu branch, the Tema, or the West Hills Mall, with 50% discounts on breast ultrasound and 20% on mammogram. And remember that breast cancer awareness is important, but so is breast health awareness. So let us all endeavor to play our part in giving hope and saving lives. Thank you and stay blessed.
Water, but when I get your mouth, and that's all I'm about fire.
Malaria and tea. But you are yet more bono. Malaria, therefore, yao. Enti awo, I shouldn't customers. When you say, Mammy, I am smart. I perceive Malakio. I'm money buyer or the eco school. Share, say a Janisi berry market any malaria and tea. I want to mean. And now, Emma will be around to walk. So we have malaria test. Maybe one. And better one. And the CB Malakio. You didn't know. And now kick out from a son so I CB Malakio. And no way so dear. And I don't grow. I yet tata shit.
A drawing your ma appeal for. A party a woman for. Any quada won't fear doing. FD ahwehwɛ saa ejedie nkrataa yi mu agye ato mu sɛ ɛyɛ.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240 926 564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emils Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Welcome to our entertainment segment. Now, Uwala and Patch Bay Band respectively made history with their musical performances at the maiden edition of All Africa Festival Show Badge Park in downtown Dubai on Saturday, October 23rd, 2021.
During an event masterminded by Nina Olatoki and supported by Emma Dubai to promote African culture as a global conversation, musician Wiyala gave an outstanding and breathtaking performance alongside Patch Bay Band from Ghana. In the forecourt of the prestigious Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building, some African artists like Rema from Nigeria, Diamond Platinum from Tanzania, Jima from Zimbabwe, amongst others, came through, but Wiyala fits in the best category to be an advocate for Africa, thus opened her set with her signature tune, Tinambani, an African song that foretells the story of the underappreciated, followed by Siku, which talks about the modern ways which contradict African tradition and gives hope to Africans by encouraging them to not lose sight of their roots and identity. In her last music performance of People Don't Stop and Yaga Yaga, the musician put on a show by engaging the audience in a call and response as they cheered her on. The performance was backed by professional and well-skilled band players Patch Bay, who were on top of their game as the Lioness of Africa displayed her skills.
Please, stand up and shake something. Come on.
Up on the news at 6. Recap of our top stories. Honorable Kwame Agboja has come hard at the Greater Accra Regional Minister, Honorable Henry Quartey, over the ban on tricycles on major highways. According to him, this move is unconstitutional. Member of Parliament for Medina, Honorable Xavier Sassu, has petitioned the Right Honorable Speaker Alban Gbagbin to cite some police officers before the Privileges Committee over what exactly we brought you that. And in business, poultry farmers are struggling to meet feed demand ahead of Christmas. And in sports, Star Times Ghana has promised to invest over $1 million into the production of the 2021-22 Ghana Premier League. For more news, log on to our website, www.adoanewsonline.com. My name is Benedicta Dodu. The evening news is brought to you by Asatec Roofing Sheet and Cookware, Blue City Tires and Accessories, and Vena Mineral Water. Now, if you haven't had your breast screening yet, make sure you walk into any of Sonotech's branches at Osu, West Hills Mall, or Tama for your free breast screening. And also do take advantage of their discount, 50% and 20% on breast ultrasound and mammogram respectively. Thanks for staying with us. Enjoy the rest of our program.